Hi crafty friends, it's Joy here for Honeybee Stamps. I made a really pretty birthday cake using the fancy frosting stamp and die along with the Quilted A2 cover plate. Now I'm starting with that cover plate, and you can see here it has the nice little quilted stitching on it, and I'm going to die cut that on a piece of scrap cardstock and then on another piece of cardstock that is cut to an A2 size. The scrap cardstock is going to be for the cake image that we're going to be coloring, and then the A2 sized white piece is going to be part of the background. So I'm just going to tape that in place, run that through my die cut machine, and as you can see on that scrap piece right there, it really makes a beautiful background. I wanted this cake to have a little bit of texture, and I thought that this quilted cover plate would be perfect for that. So I have that in my MISTI, and then this is the fancy frosting stamp set, and I'm just going to pull out that cake. I'm lining it up. It doesn't matter where, obviously, because this is just going to be die cut off of this cardstock. But I want to make sure that my cardstock is Copic friendly, so I am using Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. I did stamp that in the intense black ink from Honeybee Stamps. I did stamp that a few times to get a nice, good, crisp image. Now I'm coming in with my Copic markers, and for the cake I am using YR0000 and YR00. I really kind of wanted this to be a peachy cream kind of color, so I kept it very light. I will be adding the fun chocolate layers on top because I am a chocolate lover, so any cake I want to eat, I really want to have some chocolate. Now you can see there my Copic marker smeared a little bit of my ink. I think I didn't have my ink dried all the way, but you're not even going to see that part, so no worries. Now here are the two pieces of the two chocolate pieces. You have the top tier piece for the cake, and then you have that for the second tier. I'm coloring those in E49, 59, and 57. And I'm going to use the coordinating dies to die cut out all of these images. Once I'm done blending all of that and getting a good chocolatey cover, I'm going to come in now and highlight those quilted marks, and I'm using the YR00 for that. And then now you can see all of that stitching kind of comes to life. Then I'm going to come back and lightly blend out with the YR0000 just to make it a little bit softer. You can see I already die cut these pieces of cake and glued those together. Now the rest of the images for decorating the cake are these beautiful flowers and all of these leaves. So I'm having some yellow flowers and a pink flower. Then I have two colors of green combinations. So the greens I'm using are G12, 24, 14, and 07. I am using R20 and 32 for the pink and Y11 and 06 for the yellow. I'm only using two color combinations or two markers because these are small images. Again, I will use the coordinating dies to die cut all of these images out once I'm done coloring. Now I'm using a piece of gold mirror cardstock, and here is just the die for the cake stand. There is a coordinating stamp, but I didn't want that. I just want to die cut that from some gold mirror cardstock. And then I'm going to come in with my piercing tool and just add a little bit of detail at the bottom. And it's just a little bit of detail. So I'm just poking, not all the way through. And if you've ever worked with a metallic cardstock, you know that it dents really easy. So just adding some little dots to the scalloped edge of the cake stand just added a little bit of extra detail. So now let's get these cake pieces glued together. I'm going to adhere the chocolate covered pieces on the top with some liquid glue, and then on that second layer there is two die cut pieces out. I used the smaller dies for this because I kind of did not want that white edge around the chocolate, so I'm going to adhere that to my nice gold cake stand. And then this beautiful patterned paper is from the Summer Stems 6x6 paper pad, and it goes perfectly with that little kind of peachy cream kind of a color of cake. Adding some foam tape behind that, and I did trim down my quilted cover plate background about 1/4 of an inch on all sides, and just adhered that to a white A2 size card panel. So now I have a mat of that beautiful patterned paper. I'm going to adhere all of the flowers and the leaves. Some of them will be glued directly to the cake. Other ones will have some foam tape behind it. I love dimension on my cards. I do love a good card with no dimension, but I struggle with that. So I need to have dimension in my life. So I really love to add foam tape, and I like to have some of the leaves to have foam tape behind and some of them not. It just really adds a lot of interest to your design. So once I'm done adhering that down, I need to stamp my sentiment. I've got some white cardstock in my MISTI. I did prep it with my powder tool. I am stamping it with VersaMark ink and stamping the sentiment from Inside Birthday. I'm using the stamp and coordinating die, and it just says happy birthday. Then you can stamp all of the other beautiful sentiments from that stamp set inside of your card. I wanted this to be simple and just really pretty, so I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut that out, and then just add a little bit of foam tape on either side because it's going to straddle over the stand part of the cake stand. Then I'm going to come in and add just a few details with some sequins, and then of course using my white gel pen to add some highlights to the leaves and the flowers. If you guys follow me, you know I just always have to add this kind of detail to all of my images. It's rare that I don't, because it makes a huge difference. Now that that's done, we have this really beautiful birthday card. I love this stamp set. It's a great size birthday cake that fills up your card panel. I want to thank you guys very much for stopping by and watching, and I hope that you feel inspired by this project, and I will see you soon. Bye.